What's up, boys? My name is Christoph. Thanks for clicking on this video today. I wanted to, hopefully this doesn't last too long, but I wanted to talk about a topic I've been thinking about a lot recently. And the topic is distractions in my life, in your life, in general. So I have a lot of ideas just as a person. I want to do a lot of things. I want to see other people do a lot of things, but the hardest thing that I've been encountering recently, especially with summer and COVID, I have a lot of time on my hands, right? Or at least I should, and I'm sure this scenario replicates to at least some of you guys watching, but it's been hard to actually get things done with the allotted time that I have. And I think the biggest problem, like I was saying, is distractions. So how can I put my pen to paper in a sense? How can I actually start writing, or how can I start doing the thing that I want to do? Well, I think the key here is to understand what a distraction is and then how to fix those distractions. And that's what we'll dive into in this video. So, in my opinion, a distraction is basically anything you would rather be doing than the thing you want to be doing. That's because it's the easier option. Typically, things that are distracting you like doing a lot. Maybe you're an avid social media user, and it's really easy for you to keep scrolling down and liking your friends' posts, for example. Now, maybe you really enjoy keeping up with your friends, and you like the community that you've built. Now, distractions, I want to get to this point, they're not inherently bad. They're actually a good thing, right? I play video games a lot, and I think those are also a quote unquote distraction. Do I hate video games? No, I absolutely love video games. But there gets to a point where I want to do something besides video games, and it's hard for me to do that. Not because I'm addicted, but because they're really distracting. At least the thing is that when you typically start something, you're really bad at it, right? When you start a hike, or like you're trying to get into good shape, you're the first few times, maybe the first month is pretty terrible, but the key is that it gets better. So when things are really hard, you'd rather be doing things that are a lot easier. So I'll give you an example. I have played a lot of League of Legends, just period. I have a lot of games logged. So League of Legends as a game is a lot easier for me to approach because I understand the scenarios, I understand the champions, I understand the items. But if I were to jump into a card game, for example, I don't know the rotations, the turns, the conserving mana or conserving my resources. I don't know any of the fundamentals, and each of those topics or ideas is a hurdle for me to go over. So in that sense, the thing that I'm already comfortable with is a distraction because I'd rather be doing that thing, and typically I end up doing that thing instead of the thing I want to be doing, which in this case would be playing that new card game I saw, right? I'll give you another example. And something that's important to point out is that distractions are different for every person. I don't think they're normalized at all. Maybe there's some commonalities between you and someone else, but in general, you shouldn't think that this distracts me, so this must distract this other person. That's not how they work. I'll give an example. So music, I actually find music really distracting. I also know a lot of people who turn on music to get into the zone. That doesn't work for me. A lot of times I turn on music because I want to think about something else. To me, I really value the lyrics in the music. I like the story that it builds, or I like the melodies, the chord progression, and I like to think about that, and those ideas often mix or intertwine with other ideas. Basically, I get off topic really fast, and it's awesome. Excuse me. It's awesome in the sense that I'm having a good time, but a lot of times when you master a new skill or you start something, you're not having a good time. It's kind of designed to do that because you're unfamiliar, it's unknown. You get the point. So now that I've talked about what distractions are, I think it's important to talk about how you can fix them. And I want to talk about high level first. So how do you fix this? How do you fix a distraction? And what is fixing a distraction, right? Well, here's the absolute best solution. You identify what that thing is that's distracting you, and you stop doing it. Now, wouldn't that be perfect if everyone could do that? Of course it would. None of us would be distracted. We'd all be on focused, on task, on the dot. We'd have laser focus, but a lot of times it doesn't work like that. So I've come up with 3 other ideas that hopefully can steer us in the right direction. Here they are. So the first one is you have to trick yourself into not doing the distraction as much. Let's go back to the phone example for social media. Let's say you're on your phone for, I don't know, 2 hours a day looking at social media, and that's just a constant in your life that's normal. Well, maybe you identify that you're on your phone a little bit too much and it's stopping you from playing a card game, for example, that you want to learn. So what you could do is maybe you start day one, I'm going to be on my phone for 2 hours, and then I'm going to play some of the card game, or at least you try to. Maybe the next day you're on your phone for an hour and 50 minutes. Next day, hour 40 minutes, you get the point. You need to dwindle yourself away from the things that are distracting you most. And the key with this is it takes time to do greatness. You have to actually put in a lot of time to get something out of anything. And I think that's a big surprise. A lot of people expect instant progress and they don't get it, and that's a big turnoff for people. So if you dwindle yourself out, or you pace yourself, or in this case you over time you become less distracted from the thing that is distracting you, I think that'll help a lot. The second point I wanted to talk about is it's really awesome to talk to your friends about just problems you have in general. They're there for you, they want to help you out, and they often see things in yourself that you don't quite see. A lot of us tell ourselves that, oh no, this thing's not distracting me, or oh no, I'm fine, but a lot of the cases, how do you even know? Sorry, there's a bug right here. Other people have other different viewpoints, different perspectives, and especially your friends, you should value what they have to say because they want to help you. I recently had a conversation with my brother Matthew. He's an awesome person, and he's pointing out how like I said at the beginning of this video, I say I want to do a lot of things, but a lot of times I can't do those, or I have a hard time doing these things. It made me realize the topic of distractions, and it should be addressed, and that's why I'm making this video. For example, that's just one example of how someone close in my life influenced me to do something about my problems, which in this case is talking about distractions, which hopefully I will implement some of these ideas into my life in the coming future, starting today with this video. Please watch and like the video if you like it. So, I know you're on the tip of your seat. I am too. I don't know if you could tell. So the last tenet is, in order to get rid of distractions, something that I'm going to start doing, see how it works, is planning out your day. So the idea is if you're busy doing other things in your day that's not distraction based, then you're going to have less time to distract yourself, right? So if I'm running from 10 to 1, and then at 1 I'm going to take a shower, 1:30, and then at 1:30 I'm going to cook, and then et cetera, et cetera. Maybe that's a bit specific, but the point is that if you set aside time in your day, chunk out when you want to actually be working on something, such as learning the card game, you're more likely to do it because it's more defined. You already know what you're doing the next day, and I think it's important here that you should be as specific as you want to be. So if you don't know what you want to do with regards to playing the card game, then you don't have to put it. But if you know that you want to try this deck and this combination, put it. It's important for you to get excited about trying new things, and I think that will also help dissuade you from being distracted. So those are my 3 ideas that I came up with. Obviously, there's probably a million other ideas. If you guys can think of clever or sweet ideas to maybe not distract yourself as much, please tell me in the comments. I guess to end this video, I just want to say that every one of us knows what we like doing, and we know what we want to do. Or if you don't know what you want to do, I think you at least have an idea of what makes you happy. And ask yourself, what are you doing now? And is that thing what you want to be doing in the future? If it's not, I think something's probably distracting you. At least it is in my case, and we can change it together. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate all of you guys. It's not an understatement when I say these videos really help me out, and I hope they really help you out too. I hope you guys have a really great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.